Welcome to this explainer. Look, if you're a parent staring down the barrel of a scorching summer, trying to figure out how to keep a pack of energetic kids entertained without completely losing your mind or, let's be real, spending your entire life savings, you are in the exact right place. Today, we're taking that potentially stressful party planning checklist and transforming it into a seamless, stress-free roadmap. We're going to explore the absolute ultimate guide to first-time waterslide rentals.
Okay, let's dive into this. If you live anywhere near Phoenix or the East Valley, you know this number all too well. 100 to 115 degrees. When the summer heat hits those temperatures, kids definitely do not want to be cooped up indoors. But sending them outside to bake in a dry heat where the pavement is literally hot enough to melt their flip-flops? Yeah, not exactly a great option either. They get bored, they get miserable, and you definitely get a headache. The ultimate solution? We bring the water park directly to them.
So here is our roadmap for today. We'll be covering beating the summer heat, checking your yard space, understanding power and water needs, choosing the perfect slide, essential safety and party add-ons, and finally, booking your event.
Let's start with Section 1, Beating the Summer Heat, and why the backyard oasis wins.
A water slide isn't just a giant toy, guys. It is a full-blown strategy for summer survival. It's kind of the ultimate parental life hack. You're guaranteeing hours of safe, cool, active outdoor play and unforgettable memories for your guests. But the real genius here? A backyard slide provides a completely self-sustaining source of fun. Think about it. Climbing up and sliding down over and over again burns immense amounts of energy. The kids are practically entertaining themselves all day long, which, guarantees you a quiet house and a phenomenally easy bedtime later that night. Meanwhile, you get to actually sit back and enjoy your own party.
All right, moving on to Section 2, Checking your yard space, which is your site prep checklist.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that site prep is actually remarkably straightforward, but it's all about knowing what to look for. First, just measure your available length, width, and height clearance. And hey, don't forget to look up. Low-hanging tree branches are the natural enemy of tall inflatables. Second, check for ground and overhead obstacles, things like roof overhangs, basketball hoops, power lines, or AC units. Finally, if you're ever unsure if a space works, just snap a few photos of your yard and send them to the rental team. They analyze yards every single day. Walking through this simple prep makes you the empowered project manager of your own backyard.
But wait, there's one major obstacle that trips up a lot of planners, which brings us to this critical question: will it fit through my gate? We really need to address this logistical fear directly, because your gate is the absolute most important point of entry to your property. So, what's the answer?
36 inches. That is the magic number. It's the minimum gate width needed for a standard water slide to pass through. Why 36 inches? Well, because that's the standard width of the heavy-duty dollies that the crews use to roll those massive, deflated slides right into your yard. Now, of course, wider gates give you way more flexibility and access to those larger, epic dual-lane attractions. But if you have at least 36 inches of clearance, you are completely good to go.
Next up is Section 3, Power and Water Needs, or as I like to call it, Fueling the Fun.
A lot of first-timers assume you need commercial-grade hookups to run these giant inflatables. Let's bust a major myth right now. You are not going to drain the city's reservoir. The utility requirements are surprisingly simple. The only water access requirement is a standard garden hose connection. Most customers just hook it right up to their everyday outdoor hose bib. The slide continuously sprays a very light stream of water, just enough to keep the surface slick and fast for the riders. The water flow is incredibly minimal, meaning you get maximum fun without wasting massive amounts of water.
Now for power, the slide needs continuous airflow from a blower, and you have a few options based on your location. For a standard backyard setup, you literally just plug the blower right into a normal household outlet. Easy. But if you're hosting at a park, a sports field, or any community space without electricity, you'll absolutely need a generator. But here's a fantastic insider tip for you. Consider upgrading to a super quiet inverter generator. If your event has music, speaking, or you honestly just want a more enjoyable, conversation-friendly atmosphere, this drastically lowers the ambient noise, meaning you can actually hear your guests talk over all the fun.
Moving right along into Section 4, Choosing the Perfect Slide and Customizing Your Experience.
And this brilliantly illustrates how you can perfectly match the slide type to your specific space, budget, and guest energy levels. When it comes to the physical structure of the slide, you generally have two main paths. The single-lane slide is ideal if you're hosting a smaller party, have limited yard space, or, you're putting together a more budget-conscious event. On the flip side, the dual-lane slide is perfect for larger parties or highly competitive kids who just want to race each other down to the splash pool. Dual lanes mean faster throughput. That keeps the lines moving, prevents bottlenecks, and keeps everyone happy.
And speaking of the budget, let's talk about the incredible value here. Renting a massive backyard inflatable often costs significantly less than taking a large group to a crowded amusement or water park. Just think about all those hidden costs of a traditional water park. The expensive gas, fighting for parking, the admission tickets, and oh yeah, those $15 theme park hot dogs. With a backyard rental, you get all the thrilling fun with zero traffic, significantly reduced stress, and the whole shebang stays comfortably right at home.
All right, Section 5, Safety and Party Add-ons, because we are creating a complete event here.
As any parent knows, peace of mind is just as important as the fun. The essential safety rules are mandatory, but they're really simple. Always follow the posted rules on the unit, enforce one rider per lane when required, allow absolutely no roughhousing, permit no climbing outside the designated areas, and always ensure active adult supervision. It's incredibly important to note that when you use a professional company, they don't just drop the slide off, they stake or heavily sandbag the units deep into the ground. Providing that specific mechanical stability ensures that when these protocols are followed, these rides are incredibly safe.
Once safety is totally locked down, you can start really expanding the fun. You can easily bundle your slide with a classic bounce house or a massive obstacle course. You can even swap the standard splash pool for a giant foam party. How cool is that? Need practical items? Just add extra tables and chairs. Want to level up the snacks? Bring in a cotton candy or snow cone machine. Suddenly, you haven't just planned a basic gathering, you've literally engineered a full-blown backyard carnival. Bundling just streamlines your entire event planning process.
And finally, Section 6, booking your unforgettable event, because timing is everything.
Summer holiday weekends. We're talking from Memorial Day in May, Juneteenth in June, the 4th of July, all the way through to Labor Day in September, act as massive magnets for backyard parties. And because of this concentrated demand, the best and most epic attractions are always reserved first. To guarantee you get the exact slide you want and the right size for your yard, you are highly advised to secure your bookings several weeks in advance. Seriously, if you wait until the week before the 4th of July, your options are going to be extremely limited.
The Source Guide highly recommends using a trusted, local provider like A Perfect Party Rental for families across Phoenix, Mesa, Chandler, Gilbert, and the East Valley. This recommendation comes specifically because they guarantee clean equipment, professional setup, and extremely reliable delivery. With their friendly service and a huge inventory, they have fantastic waterslide options specifically designed to handle all ages safely, from the little toddlers all the way up to adults.
So if you're looking at your yard right now and wondering about the fit, or if you have questions about specific power needs or which slide is best for your age group, expert help is literally a phone call away. You can call or text them directly at 480-255-5591 to guarantee a completely stress-free booking experience. They're an incredible resource, totally ready to help you figure out every last logistical detail of your party.
It really all comes down to this. Parents who go this route frequently report that renting a water slide is, quote, the easiest entertainment they've ever provided. That is the magic of the backyard oasis right there. You're minimizing your stress while maximizing their joy. That's the ultimate win-win for any family gathering during those scorching months. The heat is inevitable, but how you handle it, that's completely up to you. So, I'll leave you with this final provocative question. Which epic slide will transform your hot Arizona backyard into an unforgettable summer oasis? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Now get out there, measure that gate, and get ready to host the absolute greatest backyard party of the summer.